Hello. Sorry for that. Hello, we're going to start this meditation today. So let's take a comfortable posture. And we can begin by closing our eyes, adopting a comfortable posture. Relaxing all the muscles from the top of our head to the feet. Relaxing every muscle of our body. With each out breath, we release all the tension, all the effort we've done. Every pain we have in our body, we keep relaxing it with each out breath. With each in breath, we check our posture. We try to correct it, find that the body is completely relaxed, at ease. But also, we check that we're not holding any effort in our body, that our muscles are completely relaxed. We also check that there is no tensions while leaving our spine straight. We completely relax. Now check that your eyes, your eyelids are very relaxed. With no effort, you can keep your eyes closed or open or halfway open, letting a little bit of light coming in. Check that the tip of your tongue is touching the upper teeth in the back and your palate. And relax completely your jaw, the muscles of your neck, the muscles of your shoulders, every part of your torso, relax it completely. Leave some space between the arms and the torso, letting the air flow between them. Your hands relaxed on your lap. It can be one hand on top of the other and the thumbs touching, or the hands relaxed on your legs. Keep relaxing with each out breath, and now check that your legs are also parallel and well positioned on the ground or in the cushion, so that you are not doing extra effort. And now that our body is completely relaxed, let's check how is everything around us in the present moment. Become aware of sounds, tactile sensations, smells, any visual perceptions you're having. Just check. Become aware of whatever is happening in the present. Keep breathing in, keep breathing out. Keep some of your attention on the breath while you become aware of your physical present experience, everything that is arising in your 5 senses. without grasping, without elaborating thoughts about these things that arise in your perception. Let them arise and pass. And keep some of your attention on the breath, relaxing with each out breath, releasing. With each out breath, releasing more and more effort and tension. If you find yourself getting distracted with thoughts about the past, about the future, memories, plans, worries, concerns, just notice. Notice that you were distracted and come back to your breath, to the present. Reconnect with your breath. And release. Release the effort of following and chasing thoughts, elaborating more thoughts, and just be present with whatever is arising also in your mind. Involuntary thoughts, voluntary thoughts. We are not rejecting thoughts, we're not getting attached to them, we're letting them arise and pass. But if you notice that you're making thoughts about thoughts, judging them, pushing them away, getting attached to some of them, just notice you're doing this and release them. Release that conceptual elaboration. Let the thoughts dissolve by their own, slowly back into the space of the mind. And remain present, fully present with whatever is arising in your experience. And now that we have cultivated this relaxation in the body, that we became aware of whatever is happening in the present, become aware also of your emotional state. What emotions you're experiencing today, right now, or in the past week. Connect with that emotion, feel it, and notice where you are feeling this emotion. If there's a correlated sensation in your body, notice it, feel it, recognize where do you feel it, in which area of the body, if it's a clear sensation with the limits and borders, or if it's a bit diffuse, just notice that sensation that is related to your emotion. And here we're not rejecting the emotion, we're not pushing it away, we're just acknowledging that it's there. Become aware of this emotion in your mind without grasping, without attachment, without rejection. Allow it to be there, allow it to change, allow it to dissolve back into space. And notice how, when you don't feed this emotion with more thoughts, with fear, with other emotions, then it naturally starts changing, dissolving, or it can be there, present, but it doesn't bother you. Recognize if there is a sensation of not having an emotion. It can be also that possibility, but you might experience it as indifference, neutral feelings. That's okay, we treat it in the same way. But you also might be experiencing some upsetness, some emotion or emotions that make you feel bad, that create suffering for you. Maybe you've been experiencing this for the last days or weeks. Recognize it. And even in the best times when we feel good, there's also a sense of dissatisfaction, of feeling something is not quite right. There is a subtle suffering always there. Try to identify it, to connect with it, to see where you feel it. It might be experienced as one emotion or several, such as sadness, fear, anger, anxiety. Or maybe it's a combination of several emotions, or you don't have a name for that experience you have, but you know it doesn't feel good. You know you suffer because of this. So try to identify that feeling, to connect with that sensation in your mind and in your body. And once you have noticed and identified it, be there, be present with full acceptance. Normally we reject these emotions, these feelings, or we repress them, we fight them. But in this meditation, we are allowing them to be there. We are applying the first of the three pillars of self-compassion, mindfulness. Just being aware of that suffering, of that feeling of dissatisfaction, unevenness, pain. Wherever it is, just notice it, just become aware of it. Let it be there, be fully present with mindfulness of how it feels, how you experience it. And by being present with it, the change starts to happen. We begin feeling that these emotions, these feelings, stop bothering us so much. Our suffering is reduced just by applying mindfulness. Next, the second pillar we are going to apply is kindness. Normally we are judging ourselves, complaining, demanding too much of ourselves, trying to push too hard. But here, we're going to be kind for a moment with ourselves. We are going to wish ourselves that we can find happiness, that we can find peace, well-being, as if you were wishing this to your best friend. Imagine that you tell yourself that everything is okay, that you are going to take care of yourself. And in order to do this with more intensity, generate this aspiration. May I find well-being, peace. May I cultivate a causes of happiness. May I be my best friend. For some time, I'm going to stop judging myself. I'm going to stop pushing myself. And I'm going to try and be kind to myself. So now put your hand on your chest at the level of your heart. Breathe in, breathe out. Just be there, feeling this kind touch to yourself as a friend, with kindness, with compassion. And just leave your hand there for a moment. Feel how good it feels to give yourself that loving kindness, that compassion. Keep breathing, keep connecting always with your breath, releasing all these feelings of suffering, dissatisfaction, pain. Anything that makes you feel bad, that makes you suffer, that gives you sorrow. Just rest there for a moment, giving yourself all the loving kindness you can give to yourself. Generate thoughts of love, compassion towards yourself, as if you were touching the shoulder of your best friend and wishing them to feel better. Now, release your hand, but keep that feeling of self-compassion to yourself. Keep experiencing that in your mind, extending it as light throughout all your body. Now, recognize that you're not alone, that there are many sentient beings around you in the world who are also experiencing this suffering, dissatisfaction, and other feelings. So extend this light from your body in all directions while you reflect on the interdependence you have with all sentient beings, how your happiness depends of others, how everything you have and done is connected to others. And in that sense, you're not so different. You can empathize and feel how they experience sufferings as well, and generate the wish that they feel better, that they don't suffer. And wishing them this is the third pillar of common humanity, this shared experience we have with all sentient beings. They also experience very similar things. as us. Recognize this, connect with each one of them, those people you know, your loved ones, people that you know but you don't interact with, or you know about them but don't know them very well, and people that you don't like. Connect with all of them and wish them sincerely that they can also be free from suffering. Extend this self-compassion that you've cultivated to all beings in all directions, including animals, people, close and distant beings, in all directions. Now release this experience, this ideas, this visualization, and just rest for a moment in the present, aware, relaxed, with your heart full of compassion towards yourself and all beings. And let's finish this practice by dedicating it so that we can keep training our minds and we can keep cultivating this self-compassion on ourselves, for ourselves, and then expanding it towards our loved ones, the people we live with, we interact with, and then other beings that we know surround us. So let's dedicate it for our mind training, for cultivating a good heart, and also so that we can continue transforming, developing ourselves. Thank you for joining this meditation. We are going to be joining every Wednesday. We're going to meet around this time. I think it's 11 Pacific and 1 Central Time. We are going to be doing several meditations. You can watch them live on YouTube or join our Zoom meetings so that you can ask questions or you can leave questions on the comments. And the idea is that every week we meet for doing meditation together, because this helps us empower our practice and feel that there's other people like us that also are dedicating time to meditation. And this feels really, really good. And it motivates us to practice. So I'm going to be leading these several topics of meditation, like self-compassion we saw today. These 3 pillars of self-compassion come from Christine Neff, who has shared how these 3 pillars are interconnected and are part of this practice. So I invite you to research more about it, to practice it on your everyday life. It is very easy to practice, and it's really just stop judging yourself, connecting to yourself, giving yourself this kindness, this care, not pushing yourself too hard, and also remember having this mindfulness during the day, acknowledging your emotions, be present with them. If you have any questions, let me know. practice this meditation during the week, and we meet each other next Wednesday at this time. Thank you for joining, and see you soon.